I'm here to talk to you about the Pick Slinger. So, I have had a few students, that have been picking these things up and really liking them, really enjoying them, finding them to be helpful, uh, interesting, of course, and they're starting to sort of unlock the potential of the Pick Slinger as well as their own potential as musicians. But one of the things that I noticed that a few of my students have had questions about is sort of setting up the Pick Slinger to work for them the optimal way. A lot of my students are younger and they just get the Pick Slinger and they go like, oh, okay, here it is. So they just sort of like put it on and they go, oh, okay, and that's that. And they're trying to figure out how to work their technique around the Pick Slinger straight out of the box. And that, I think, is sort of the backwards way to go about it. It's better to set up the Pick Slinger to work with your technique rather than altering what you do to this out of the box. So, anybody that's a bit of a more advanced player would understand, you go and you buy a guitar or whatever. Now with the internet, that's how old I am now with the internet. A lot of guitars, especially lower priced ones, a few hundred, 400, 500, 600 and lower, people are buying them just sight unseen. They order them online, I want one of these, and they order it and it shows up on their doorstep and they take it out of the box and they go, yay. But, like I was saying, with some more advanced players, and not even that advanced, but just if you've been playing for a bit, you understand that you get the guitar, you take it out of the box, even if you've played it in the store and stuff, you're probably going to change the strings because you're going to use the strings that you like, the gauge, the thickness that you like, the material, cobalt or stainless steel or, what nickel, this, that, and the other thing that you like. You're probably going to adjust the setup, the, action of the strings on the neck, the truss rod. You probably need to set the intonation. Probably, if it has a tremolo system, set that up. Optimize the guitar to how you want it to be. Very rarely are you going to pull a guitar out of a box straight from the factory and go bang and go, yeah, that's it. You're always going to tweak things to what you want. So, same thing with the Pick Slinger. You're going to tweak it to how you want it to be. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of run through this really quick and hopefully, answer some questions. This is a very cool Pick Slinger that I had custom made for me because I have that much pull and cachet. But anyway, I had wanted red, black, and white, like, my main guitar. And of course, today I'm sitting there at work making a video with my, a sparkly guitar. It's not red at all, or white, or black. But anyway, so I wanted, red, white, and black. So I got red, white, and black, and skulls, because as my daughter says, you can never go wrong with skulls. So I got a little skull pick, and there's even a little metal skull, little decoration on the top there. Okay, so I have this set up for how I want it to be. So a lot of my students have had questions. Okay, first, of course, you take it out of the box, you have your Pick Slinger, you're very happy. So put it on your finger and you adjust the little Velcro strip, okay, so that it feels comfortable how you want it to feel. Okay, I like it to have a little bit of kind of give to it. I don't like it too tight. Basically, I like it so that it just slides onto my finger snugly. Okay, so I don't Velcro it on and off. Much like my sneakers, I just kick them off at the end of the day and slip back into them in the morning, without untying them or anything. So this, I just have it, and that's how I like it, okay? But you adjust the Velcro pretty much however you want it, okay? Then with the actual Pick Slinger, okay, it moves in a few directions, okay? So I'm going to turn the Pick Slinger this way so that it's how you would be holding the pick, so facing you. So what you're going to see is what I would see when I'm normally holding the Pick Slinger, okay? So if we turn it, okay, so this is how you would see the Pick Slinger as you have it, in your hand, okay? First thing, okay, this piece, this arm, bends, okay? So you want to bend it however it works for you, okay? Bend it tight like that, bend it loose like that, bend it closer to your knuckle, bend it further away from your knuckle, and remember, it would be this way, so your knuckle would be sticking out here, okay? Whatever works for you. Another thing that you can do is this sleeve, okay, actually comes off. So you can trim this shorter. Okay, it usually comes longer. This is a little bit shorter because I've already trimmed it. Okay, but you can trim it shorter or leave it longer. And then even once it's trimmed, okay, the sleeve, you can have it here so it's longer. Push it up so it's shorter. Okay, and again, I have this set optimally for me. Okay, so you do the length of the elbow, okay, the bend, then you adjust the length of the sort of pick arm pointing down towards the pick. Okay, so again, I have it set optimally for me. And then this sleeve, actually you can twist too. Okay, so usually when you have it on, okay, if you have it on, so this would be facing you, okay, if the pick is perfectly in line on the same plane as this is, okay, generally it feels weird because it sticks out from your thumb. Okay, it's sort of, it almost feels like it's angled too far into the edge of your thumb here. So if you sort of twist it a little bit, okay, now suddenly it fits right into your hand. Okay, because if we look at how I hold the pick, see how it's angled? Okay, the pick is not like that. Okay, it's angled like this. So see how it's sort of angled from the arm here? Okay, and of course I like to have a little bit of flex. You can sort of choke up on the pick and whatever with the little plastic tubing. Okay, I like to have a tiny bit of flex so that I can, sort of move the pick slightly side to side and sort of back and forth. So as I'm playing, okay, again, whatever works for you. Okay, then the other way that the Pick Slinger can be adjusted, okay, once you have everything set up, okay, you can of course make the bend closer or further away from your knuckle, okay, but you can also move the whole elbow and pick and everything towards the palm of your hand, because again, I'd be holding it like this, towards the palm of your hand or further away from the palm of your hand. Okay? And what you can do is, if you pop off the little end on this, you can snip that shorter so that when it's right against there, it's the perfect length for you. Okay, and again, I've already adjusted this, so I already, snipped it to the right length. Okay, so to recap, what we do is we put the Velcro ring on, just so that it's comfortable on your hand. Okay, I like to have the Pick Slinger just above the halfway point on my pointy finger. Okay, that's just where it seems to work. Okay, Then you adjust the bend, you adjust the length of it this way, you adjust the angle of the pick, push up on it, pull down it, whatever, okay? I would say before you do any permanent, adjustments, you sort of figure it out, take it for a little test ride, try it, for a few days, see what you like. Whatever, okay? But then once you have it all set up perfectly, then you will be able to make the most of the Pick Slinger and sort of, unlock its potential and all of that great stuff. Sort of like I always have students that come in and they say, like, oh, my guitar stinks. And usually I take a look at it and like the action's this high, the strings on it are like way too thick for the style that they want to play. The strings are old and rusty. Maybe the volume pot is, dusty and crackly, and the plug going in cuts in and out, and they think the guitar's total garbage, and it kind of is, but those are all things that you can fix and end up with a really great instrument. So, people think like, oh, I tried this guitar and it stinks. It's like, well, no, it's just not set up properly. So, the Pick Slinger, it's great, but you do need to know how to actually set it up properly. So, I know that this video was pretty long. Hopefully, it answered your questions. If you have any other questions, of course, feel free to comment underneath the video. And that's about it. So, pick up a Pick Slinger and unlock your potential. That should be the new catchphrase.